Hi everybody, it's Willow. Welcome back to Willow Moon Mystical. And I have Sister Liz from the Enchanting Crones with us again. We are blessed with her presence and she is going to help me to go over the written spell petition, the basis of spell casting. So, you've never done this before?
No.
Okay. So this is a workshop that I originally taught in my store, Willow Moon Mystical, on Saturday, August 3rd. So, well, I tell you what, we're going to go over this real fast, and I think the best way to do it is I'm just going to read some of this real fast, okay?
Okay.
So then it says, what is a written petition and spell crafting? In traditional folk magic, it was and still is believed by many that a written petition is one of the purest and most powerful forms of spell casting. It is a beautiful art form that has been both forgotten far too long and was only passed down through bloodlines. In this workshop, we will revive the powerful art and learn the ritual to the spiritual spellcraft. We will be working with candle colors and meaning as well as conjuring oil, herbs, and the power of the written word. Petition work is one of the most beautiful styles of spell crafting. A petition is a request. A written petition is one where you write down what it is you are requesting. When you add elements such as herbs, candles, strings, and oil, you have taken a mundane thing and made it into a beautiful art. In petition spell crafting, your candle, herb, and or spices, oils, and twine all correspond to the theme of your request. For example, if you were requesting a blessing of money, you may choose a green or gold candle along with green or gold twine. You may also add herbs or spices such as nutmeg, cloves, cinnamon, and quick draw money oil. Candle, oils, paper, twine, oh my. Candle magic plays a good part of petition spells as you use the candle to seal the petition. The twine winds it to the target or ties it to the intention. The herbs become an offering for the blessing received, and the oil is to fix the spell. To fix means to set in place or to prepare in folk magic. It is similar to anointing and dressing a candle. There is your answer to the oil.
Oh.
Brown paper is used for several reasons. First, being the most important is it's a true fiber. It is not bleach and no chemicals are usually added. The second reason is it was readily available as many packages were wrapped in brown paper and tied with string. However, keeping true to the tradition, brown paper is still favored as it is considered pure, therefore keeping the spell intentions pure. The brown paper to be used for this petition is never cut, but rather torn. It is torn towards you to bring energy in and torn away from you to send energy out. Cutting the paper is believed to cut the spell. Now, we can use a knife to slice through the paper, but we don't want to use our scissors to cut the paper. And the reason being is because you need to think when the time when American folk magic was taking place, there was a lot of indentured people here. And if they had a pair of scissors, those scissors they were very valuable. You know, that's what they cut cloth with. That's what they may have cut hair with. It was like their sewing scissors. So they didn't use it for paper because paper will dull. Scissors, and once you've cut enough paper with scissors, it's not going to cut fabric. Yeah. It's not going to cut anything else. So that's the reason why. And with a knife, they would always sharpen a knife on a whetstone.
Okay.
So that's the reason why we can use a knife to slice. But when we actually go to do the spell work, we will rip it. And we'll rip it towards us to bring it in. Or if we're sending something away or banishing something, we rip it away. Okay. Where do I leave off? Cutting the paper is believed to cut the spell.
It says herbs.
Yeah, I can't see it. I got mine cut off. That carry association to your intention are placed in the center of your written petition along with...
Also several purposes.
Okay.
First, or serve for several
I got
purposes.
Mine. You go ahead and read that. I got mine stapled so I can't read any of that.
Serve for several purposes. First is to increase the energy of the spell. Secondly, it adds a sweet savor to your work. The third purpose is it's offered as an offering after your petition has been answered or fulfilled. Once this has taken place, you will either burn your petition or bury it. Either way, it will serve as your offering of gratitude.
Believing is receiving. When you write your petition, write it as if you've already received what you are requesting. Your words have power. Some folks believe that your very breath is what brings the spell to life. It is known as the breath of life. It is always a wise thing to make a draft of your written petition before crafting the actual petition. This allows you to hone in on your desires and make your intention clear. Remember to include a word or two of gratitude. An example may be like you are requesting for a quick sale of a house. Then your wording may include, to the divine universe or powers that be. You can place a deity's name here instead. With much appreciation and gratitude, I accept the blessing of selling my home quickly and for the amount of, you may insert the price there that I had set with the time frame I had set. So it is, or so mote it be, then your signature and then the date, but the date is optional. Now you have gathered all your supplies and spelled and prepared the spell paper. You are ready to compose your first spell. So we are going to stop here. Okay, it says, once you have written your petition, take your oil and dab a spot in each corner and in the center. As you do so, you can say something like, by Maid Mother of Crone, my spell is fixed, or with my ancestor guides and angels present, it is fixed. Now place a pinch of your herbs, spices in the center. Your petition again, you can say something such with admiration and thanksgiving or whatever calls to you. Now, starting from the top of the petition, and this here is best to, I'll just show you how to do that as we go along.
Okay.
And then it goes into all the different candle and color magics. Now, you said that you wanted to do one on developing your natural psychic abilities, your intuitiveness, and we're working on opening the third eye.
Yes.
So with that, first I'm going to take you to the beginning, my dear, and we are going to work with the petition paper itself. So this came in a package today. Do not waste your Amazon packages. This paper is perfect. Believe me, don't waste it. When it comes to spell paper, this is perfect. And then later, another time, I'm going to teach you how to make dollies out of it to use in poppet spells and stuff like that. One time use, then you can either bury it or you can burn it.
Oh, wonderful.
So as you can see, I'm taking the blade where I folded it in half, and I'm gently letting my blade slice it, not cut it. So I'm letting my blade slice through the fold. And now I'm giving this part to you.
Wonderful.
So just take it up and try to fold it up as even as you can. If you come to a rugged spot like this, just fold below it.
So like this? This is okay?
Yeah, that's perfect. I always just fold this back this way, and then I'll slice that part off.
Oh.
But yours is pretty well even, so you really don't have to do that. You can just fold it all the way up.
Okay.
Mine was pretty bad. See that? That was pretty bad. That's perfect.
Okay, like that.
Now you want to, when you slice it away from you for safety reasons alone. So you want to lay it on its side, put your hand here.
Okay.
And then you want to go in there and slice away from you. You only need to use the tip of your blade.
Oh, only the tip.
Yeah, I think you got the wrong.
Oh. Haha. Just kidding.
Because I don't think you want to use the shredded part.
No.
And the more you practice this, the better you'll get. Turn it a little bit this way so just the blade touches.
Oh, okay. Like that.
Yep.
You make it so easy.
Try this knife.
Yeah. Oh, it's not working.
Well, no, that one is working. It's just it's serrated. Now, remember what I told you? Turn it this way. Yeah, and just let that, hold that, right, that. Just, it's okay, you're good. You got it.
Where are you?
See how it's slicing through it?
Yeah. I can.
Perfect. That is perfect. So now we want to, did I cut mine? I didn't cut mine yet. Let me grab another blade. I have several of those, okay?
Oh, okay.
See, that was baby, this is mommy, this is daddy. my husband had them made for me because I'm always using them within the craft. So I'm going to let you use that one, and I'm going to take this one because that one's got a belly on it. And again, you just go in and you just let the knife, I lay it flat on the table, and I just let the knife guide. Well, I went off there. See if I can get that back. Yeah. Just like that. And then keep folding it over. You initially want to get it to this size. This is the perfect size for this type of spell petition.
Oh, okay.
Unless you like to leave it as long as it is, we can use that. As you see, I have a larger size here.
Oh, okay. Oh,
That way it's going to leave you enough room to, that's all right, just pull it. Let it go through.
okay.
You got it.
Why is it not? Oh, man.
Curve your blade down a little bit. Now try.
Oh.
Ah, you got a wrinkle or a crinkle over there. Just a second. It's fine.
Is that why it was?
That's what it was. See? Right there it is.
Oh.
It's fine. So now we should have a couple of pieces, about 4 pieces of spell paper, okay?
Okay.
Don't worry about if it gets this on it, that ain't going to matter. You're going to put worse. That's where we looked at that oil.
Okay, and it doesn't matter if it's like that then?
No, because you'll be ripping.
Okay.
So you want to pick you one piece, okay?
Okay.
Now this is where it all comes in. We need to prep our paper.
All right.
Now, a lot of people, when you just set that over out of your way.
I want to do this one instead. Okay.
So here's where we're going to prep our paper. A lot of people will take it just like this. I don't. I'm going to crumble it.
Okay.
Because when I crumble it, I am thinking on opening my third eye. Think on your intention. Put it in there. Okay? So squeeze it, crumble it, think about it, put it in there. I'm opening my third eye. I am increasing my intuitiveness. I am taking my power to a higher level. Okay? I received this gift of additional insight. And you're just pushing that in there, and you are storing extra energy into your petition paper. Now just unfold it. Since it is brown paper, it's not going to rip that easily. It's just going to take a little bit to mess with it. Now you just want to lay it out and smooth it out. Now you have literally stowed your intention into the paper. You enchanted the paper itself with your intentions. So now this is what we want to bring into us. So we are going to stop at the side, and we are going to just rip down. You see that? You don't want to go too far out, but you want to rip down because you want to bring this in. So we're cutting away all impurities. It's a symbol of cutting away all impurities and bringing the energy into us. Yeah, that got lucky.
Oh, it broke apart.
That's fine. And then listen, after you tear that first strip, turn it clockwise.
Oh.
Clockwise. No,
So
you're
don't
fine.
continue.
Yep. Tear it all the way down.
Okay. No, this is gonna. Trying to do little.
You'll have plenty. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Okay. Now turn it clockwise because we're bringing this in.
So bring it this way.
Right. If you want to send out, turn counterclockwise. Okay. So we've got dorsal, and which is clockwise. Then we got Windishin, which is counter. Okay. So now I've already turned mine. I'm going to rip it again slightly into me. See, there is an art. There is an art. I know a lot of people says you don't need tools, you don't need fancy candles and all that stuff, and you really don't. But I like working with things. I like the physical aesthetic. I like to be hands-on in it. I want to put my mental, emotional, and physical energy into it. That's the reason why when I cast spell work, yes, I have done it without anything at all, but I like to do things that I can see, I can hold, I can feel. I want to hold it, and I want to amplify it by feeding it more energy. And that's just me. That's the way I work. But some people, they don't believe you need to do anything. But I do believe there's a set pattern. This pattern was handed down and taught to my aunt, who taught it to me. So if it went through generations till it's reached me, and now I'm passing it on to a sister, then there's a reason for it to be done that way.
Oh, absolutely.
And it maybe it's just tradition. That's traditional witchcraft. Generational witchcraft. Maybe that's what it is. But you know what? That's the way I was taught. I am not questioning it. So now that we've done the side, we're going to turn it one more time clockwise. And then we're going to go back down this side again. You'll find out one side will tear easier than the other. And if it breaks off, that's fine. Just grab it and go again. Perfect. Now you want to turn it clockwise one more time and do the same at the top. Do the same thing downside.
Wow, one side was easier.
Mm-hmm. Now, I want you to do a complete turn. And it's going to take you back up to where we began, okay?
Okay.
Now, so now what we want to do, I think you have a pen. Did I give you a pen?
You did.
Okay, I got two. I want you to think on what it is you want. If you look on the back of, if you look here, there is notes that you can follow, that you can write a draft on. But I gave you a piece of paper for that. Because I know you'll take this home and share with your daughter.
Yes.
So I gave you a piece of paper for you to write exactly what it is. Now, there is a guide here for you to follow when you're asking. So we can look back to, so we want to put to the divine universal powers that be. I honestly write this whole thing. So that's the first thing you want to do is you want to address it. Okay. So let's write our draft. I want to put to
And that's right here.
the divine powers that be. That's all I'm going to put. To the divine powers that be. And then you can see where it says, with much appreciation and gratitude, go ahead and write that. I accept this blessing. So you want to write this whole first line when starting your spell. With much appreciation and gratitude, I accept. And then from there, it'll go into your own personal wording.
Gotcha.
Okay, I accept this blessing of, and I'm going to write this blessing of awakening, of heightening, my intuitiveness, and sharpening my psychic gift and abilities. Did that cover your intention as well?
Yes. I'm stuck on a word.
How can I help?
Intuitive.
Believe me, that one used to get me with that I and you. I always
Yes.
get the you and I flipped.
Exactly.
I always flip it.
Yeah, because I stopped right there. You see that, right?
Yep.
And I was just like, what was it?
So it's my intuitiveness and sharpening my psychic gift and ability, because everybody has a natural gift. You know, everyone has that sixth sense. Like, you know, you're thinking of someone and all of a sudden you receive a text or a call. Or you're thinking of a movie. Ooh, I would like to watch that movie again. And all of a sudden you see it's coming on TV or one of the streaming services. That is part of clicking into your intuitiveness. Everyone has some form. But you can open your third eye and open your crown chakra to reach higher, to move yourself into your higher self. Go up to your higher self.
Yeah.
And ascend and more into the overall consciousness. And, you know, there's exercises you can do to sharpen your abilities. And it's just like baseball. Practice, 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 the better you're going to get. The same with chess, the same with any kind of game or any exercise. Practice, 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 the better you're going to get. I used to, when I first started reading, no joke, I used to put a description into Google, and it would bring up people. You know, I would bring up people who were wanting to start a business. And then I would go to images, and there would be these faces of all these different people. I didn't know if Adam or Eve, but I would pick one, and then I would do a reading for them. Mm-hmm. And the reason being is because I was practicing. You know, I was practicing reading for this total stranger.
Yeah.
And I would do that. And sometimes I'll be flipping through a magazine and I see a face and say, oh, that face, I got to do a reading for that face. I don't know that person. I don't know their intention. It was me having something to focus on and reading for that person and allowing it to start flowing naturally than it was just to try to practice reading for no reason, no rhyme. I had to have, like I said, the aesthetic. I had to have that in front of me, and that really helped. So now we got natural gift and abilities, and now we say, we're going to say, this is my will, okay, and sharpening my intuitive abilities. And so now we're going to say, this is my will, so mote it be, okay? And then you want to sign it. And I'm just going to sign Willow. Universe knows who I am. And then underneath it, I just kind of like write in my birthday, because you know how when I have you do tarot readings, I'll tell you, okay, Liz, say your name and your birthday to yourself, not out loud. As you're shuffling the cards, that's attuning that energy to you. So I'm kind of like tag locking this to myself by putting my name, my first name, and my birthday.
Perfect.
And then now I'm going to put today's date, which is what, the 16th?
Yes.
Good enough for me.
I think so. And when I sign it, I'd sign it with my signature, right?
Yeah. However you want to sign it. I just sign it Willow. Because that's what I'm known by. It's what I go by. Would you know me by anything else?
No.
So now you have your draft, okay? So now we're ready to begin. So you want to get your paper.
Okay. And then today's date,
16.
1/16/20.
So now what you want to do is you just want to write this verbatim here.
Okay.
Okay?
And start from the top then?
Yes. You picked a good intention here, Liz. Most people want to go with something as simple as, well, not as simple, but in today's times, we understand. For abundance or maybe protection. And those are good. I've done them on both. But you jump right out of the frying pan into the skillet. You ever heard that saying?
I have actually.
But being...
Well, as like before you even said anything, I was actually thinking about that. I was like, I need to be able to do that because
learning a tarot.
yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited for you. Okay, perfect. I'll let you go ahead and catch up. I'm going to grab my coffee while you're doing that, love.
Absolutely.
Liz, my camera loves you. I just checked to make sure we're in focus, and you are absolutely beautiful.
Aww.
Okay, now we have that written.
Yes.
And what we chose to do is we chose to use empowerment herb.
Yes.
Okay? So we can empower. So we just want to take a little bit of this. Watch out for these. They don't roll well. And we just want to, okay, concentrate on what you put in there. And now this is the reason why your draft comes in, okay? Because you're going to lay your hands directly on it.
Okay.
And then you're going to repeat your spell. So it's going to be like, to the divine powers that be, with much love, appreciation, and gratitude, I accept the blessing of awakening, of heightening my intuition and sharpening my psychic gifts and ability. This is my will, so mote it be. You don't have to repeat your name and your birthday, okay? And so now we've enchanted this. Let's go ahead. We just leave that laying, and you want to grab your oil. And I think the oil I'm using was lavender.
Yes.
And yours is Fire of the Dragon?
Yep.
I don't know where the lavender went.
Where did the lavender go?
I hear.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. So if you notice, when I create the oil, I put it for the petitions. I put it in a vial because you can use this.
Oh.
Okay. So here's what you want to do. You want to say, I fix my spell, and you're going to go start here. Okay. You're going to start dead. You're going to do each corner. Then the last is going to be in the center to represent spirit. Okay. So I fix this spell with gratitude and appreciation. I fix my spell. This is my will. And just whatever like that, it comes to you. I accept this with gratitude and appreciation. I fix my spell. And then in the center, I just say, so mote it be. So mote it be. Now, that is supposed to fix. Tie it down, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then you just save your oil for another time. So that one's yours. You take that with you.
Oh, beautiful.
You're welcome. I keep them made up because I'm always doing spell work like this.
I love that.
Now, here's what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to start at the top. Well, first, we need a piece of string. And if I want string, I want a piece of string. I'm going to sheave him. Aren't those pretty though?
I do. I love that.
Yeah, he had this made for me. This one has got a knit because I was working on a very piece of hardwood. And so I'm going to have him to pile that down for me.
Oh, perfect.
And then this one has a belly. You see where I worked on it with trees and stuff?
Yeah.
So I got to clean all that off. I will.
How do you clean that off anyway?
I use mineral water and a little piece of steel wool, and I gently go over it until it kind of like clears it off. And then I take it to him. He's got this special thing, this special type of wet rock to do it with. Yeah, because I don't know. I take it to him. Honey, fix it, you know? I enchant the string to bind and tie my intention and spell to me. Okay, now you're going to fold this down 1/4 of the way.
So like that.
Yes. And which way do you turn it?
Turn it this way.
Clockwise, to the right. Then you're going to fold the top down about 1/4 of the way.
Like that.
Make sure you go across and seal it. Like this, take your finger across and just seal it. Or crease it. Then you're going to turn it clockwise again. You're going to take the bottom over about 1/4 of the way. Same thing, seal it. Or crease it. What I keep saying, seal it, crease it. Then you're going to turn it again. Now this time, you're going to fold it 1/4 of a way, and it should come down to fold over. Okay, now turn it up, turn it again. Now come down to where it's all the way down.
All the way down. Okay.
Okay, now push it really hard, Liz, like this so it flattens out. Turn it one more time to the right. Start from the top. You're going to roll it like a scroll. Like this. That's it. Now, you're going to take your string. Let me show you a little secret. Take the tail, wrap it around your finger, and leave a little tail like this.
Oh.
Because as you're wrapping it, don't keep pulling loose.
Gotcha.
And remember, you're going to wrap towards you like this, towards you. And work all the way down towards
Like
the end. Yes. Okay. You got it. Keep wrapping.
Not wrapping my finger in it.
Now, start wrapping back the other way, because that's still wrapping towards you.
Like that.
Okay, that's good. Mine is a little extra long, so I want to catch that up. Now, you just want to tie these off. Tie these two off. It don't have to be pretty, okay?
Okay. And I tie it towards me as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I almost had it. We're all over the place, girl. You and I are all over the place. You know that?
That's all right.
Don't happen to have a lighter, do you?
Let me try.
I have matches. I
Oh,
always
you got
use-
one?
Yeah, I always use matches. Okie dokie.
How did you tie yours?
Just any way it would tie.
Oh,
That's
okay.
good.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. You can tie it in a bow if you want.
If I can get it to be a little bow. I'm not even going to attempt it with these
Well,
nails.
then just wrap the rest of the round. See how I wrap that around there?
Yeah.
Just keep wrapping towards you. Okay, you got your candle? You'll need this
Okay.
because this is where this comes in a second time. This is what you're going to drip on. So you see how I got this set here? When you drip on it, the wax will hold it in place.
Oh, okay.
So you can just wrap
okay.
it around.
Just wrap it around. Okay. There we go.
Mm-hmm. Got your candle?
I do.
Now you have to be careful so you don't get burned or melt them nails, okay?
Okay.
Put that in that lid. And what you're going to do is you're just going to let the wax drip. Hold it from the end and let the wax drip to seal it. Now some people have some of those wax melt things where you can just pour the wax onto it. But I want you to do it this way because as you're doing it, I want you to focus on. I want you to imagine that light from the consciousness, from the higher consciousness, this beautiful crystal light coming into the top of your crown, okay? Illuminating your third eye and starting to open it and awaken it as you let that candle drip and seal your intentions. Now you see why I don't teach kids, because we play with fire.
Yeah.
Now after I do one side, I kind of like to flip it over. I want to seal all sides of mine. I'll use the whole freaking candle. I don't care. I want to make sure this thing is sealed.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm binding that intention to me. The more you practice writing your written petition, it's going to become one of your forms, your most favorite forms of spell work, because your intention is sealed inside. Now, when you feel that you can recharge this spell petition by putting it out in the moon if you want to intensify it, absolutely. You can leave it on your altar. You can carry it with you. You can meditate with it. It is a living spell.
Beautiful.
When you are completed with it, you do not have to disassemble this. You can either burn it or bury it. You bury it in the ground because the wax we use is soy. It is going to biodegrade itself. If you burn it, well then you know it's just going to burn up into ashes very quickly. Then you scatter the ashes. You don't try to save them, put them in black salt or anything. You just scatter them.
Beautiful.
Some people said don't blow out your candles. I believe the breath of life.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe when I blow that candle and whisper my name, I'm giving my spell the breath of life.
Oh, of course, because you're intensifying it.
Yes, absolutely. You learn well. You're trusting yourself to know.
I have you too. Thank for that, honestly. You're wonderful.
Well, you know what? I'm actually very thankful for you. I'm thankful for all the sisters in our circle. All of them, each and every one.
It's like we learn so much.
We learn from each other. And we grow and we become more in tune with our own abilities as well as becoming part of our collective energies. You know, that's just like when we have Circle on the 22nd, we create witch's intention powder, which is the old coven powder. What it was is back in the real olden days, think about it. Witches in a coven, they didn't have all this different stuff like we can just get today. So each had to bring what they had or what they grow or what they gathered from the wild. And it's the intention associated. So, you know, if I was out in the wild and I wanted to do a spell of protection, I would gather some stinging nettle and thistle. And maybe even pull a couple of thorns off of a rose bush, you know? Now, does that scream protection or what?
Oh, it does.
Yeah, so you grind it into a powder, and of course, you know, I'll make you use a mortar and pestle. I don't believe in using coffee grinders, because when you're grinding it by hand, you are putting that intention in there, that energy in there, and that's the way I was taught. I told you about my aunt. She came up to the house one day, and I was creating a powder for my store, and I was using the coffee grinder. She took the whole thing and dumped it in the trash. Walked over to the shelf, got my mortar and pestle, set it down in front of me, and says, "Now begin again."
Yeah.
You know, because she was very, very much hands-on. You do it. You do it the old way. There's many modern things. Some people, witches say they keep the Book of Shadows on their phones or on a computer. That's great if that works for them. I want the old aesthetic. You've seen mine.
I agree, yes.
Mine's old world. The artwork in it is my own. Badly, but it's my own. My handwriting that looks like, they say my handwriting is psychopath. Is a serial killer. Did you see that? It was on TikTok because it's half cursive and half print. So my writing is a serial killer, and I'm like, what the hell, man? I'm a serial killer. Damn. You know? Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to give this a moment to let it dry. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you something. These little bits of candles, I don't throw these away. And the reason why is because if I go to do another petition,
you can use that.
That's right, because it was only used for good, and it was only, you know. So yeah, you can use it again. Or if I want to just kind of like hold this and meditate with it, I might light the rest of this candle and let it burn out while I'm doing that. I never throw away my little bits and pieces. I use them. You know, so now mine's cooled down. I can take this, and you'll see how pretty solid this is once it totally cools. It's going to be hard as a brick.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and your will and your intention and your gratitude is all in here, as well as your offering. So I will sit and I will hold this. Okay? And while I hold it, we're going to try to read our spell one more time. And this time I'm going to say, in the presence of my angels, my guides, and my ancestors. In the presence of my angels, my guides, and my ancestors, to the powers that be. With much appreciation and gratitude, I accept the blessing of awakening, of heightening my intuitiveness and sharpening my psychic gifts and abilities. This is my will, so mote it be. So now that's enchanted. The whole thing is, I can set this outside in the moon, because the moon's always there. You know, there's the full moon, there's the
but it's more
moon.
Powerful when you do it in a full moon, right?
Yes, it can be, but she's always there for her children. So I use her all the time, you know. Beautiful. But one spell I do want to teach you on the next full moon is I'm going to teach you how to do a new moon abundance check.
I love that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a spell. It's people write new moon abundance checks, but I took it and created it into a spell pack, and there's a spell that goes with it. And so, yeah, and I have even done this, and on the next new moon, instead of writing a new check, I re-enchant mine to add more energy,
Yes.
and I will carry the check in with my money, or in my wallet to keep it on me. But sometimes it's not about financial.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about something else that I'm wanting the universe to write me a check for.
Yeah, because the buttons can be anything. It could be love. It can be
yes.
anything.
And I've done
at
them.
all.
I've done it for all 50 some years. I've done it for it all. So now this is you can set on your altar.
Okay.
You can carry it with you. You can meditate with it. You can hold it. You can carry it in your pocket. It's yours. And you don't have to worry about someone. No one is going to try to unroll this thing. They're just not. It's sealed. So yeah, just carry it with you. Put it on your altar, whatever you want to do. But be careful if you carry it in your pocket, because we did use purple candle.
And it is going to get stuck inside.
But it can stain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me. So that is a written spell petition. Further on down, the reason why I put it into a pamphlet form, a guide for you to keep, is because if you look on the back, on the last page, you have right here, candle colors and meanings. And so you have all the different candle colors and their meanings, and then it says candle colors for each day of the week. So like Sunday is for the sun. You can use gold, orange, yellow, or red. Monday is the moon, white, gray, silver, and blue. So this can also help you to determine when you're going to put a petition together. Herbs, remember, match up their associations.
Yes.
But yeah, if you put the guides together, you'll see that you have a well-rounded. That's the reason why I put everything in guides.
Yeah, because the correspondence, it makes them more powerful as well.
For baby girl.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you use your discretion on when to give it to her and when to do it. But it is a good one for her.
It is. It is. And I know she's going to absolutely love that.
So now you can finish cutting your... Yep. This is trash. I'm going to move this out of the way. Are you done with this?
Yes.
I'll move this out of the way and get all this other little bits and pieces. You can use that one. It cuts really well. You can go to the Dollar General and you can get a whole thing of this kind of thread.
Yeah.
This thread here, a whole thing of it, and I think it's for less than $5 in every color underneath the sun. And this much of it, I rolled mine on these things, and I got them at the Dollar General.
Oh wow!
And that's what I use for spell work. You can use any thread, yarn or whatever. I just like this cotton thread because when I use 100% cotton, so when I bury it, it decomposes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, cotton's a plant. It goes back to the earth.
Oh, true enough.
Do you know how they used to dye their string in the old days? See, when things would come in, it would come in. You can have these too. Cut those. I have so much here. But this one is kind of like stained, so I'm going to show you. So they would have something that would come in. Like, oh, I'm just going to take this. And it would be kind of like wrapped up in paper, right? You've seen that on the old movies. So it'll be like this. And it would have probably white butcher string on it, right?
Yeah.
You know, the string we can tie around our turkeys and chicken, put in the oven, and it won't burn. They would have that, but it would be white. They would take berries and dye it.
Oh.
Or they would take like a rose and turn it red. Or like grass to turn it green. They would dye it to match their intention.
Well, that's kind of like, you know, when they're trying to do the whole tribal
Exactly. That's when Native American. Now, this wasn't Native American. This came across along with the, much of it came from the enriched African culture. You know, that culture is so rich. It's just, it's like a mystical culture all to itself. It's like they walk in a mystical realm all of their own. And that's where, when they came across and they bought their voodoo, it mixed in, they were supposed to be Christians. And they kind of like mingled it together. So they have, most times, Catholic religion and what was brought across with them. And it mixed in together. And it's very beautiful. And that is called hoodoo, which is the practice of their magic. It's the magic thereof. Where voodoo is the religion, hoodoo is the magic of that. So that's how it's explained to me. Now, the American folk magic that I practice, and what do you think when this country was first being discovered? Okay? And it was being built. We had the Chinese who graced us with help building they weren't treated well, and that was wrong. But they graced us with bringing Buddhism here. And then as the folks from India came across, they brought Hinduism. The Native American had theirs. We have from Ireland and England and all of the Celtic region, we have traditional witchcraft. We have the Fae.
Yeah.
But we also have Druidry. And when all of that comes here in many other forms, and when it all comes here to this country that's built from bits and pieces, this country itself is built from all these different cultures that came here. And when they bring their magic with them, and it like, they throw it all into the simmering pot, and it simmers, and it mingles, and it brews. Yeah. And then this beautiful brand new form of magic came out, and that is known as American folk magic. That's what I practice. So it's like the United States actually has a magic all of its own. Yeah. Do you know we have our own, we have an American goddess too?
No, I did not know that.
Pele. She is a Hawaiian volcano goddess.
That's right. That's right. You caught me on that one. You caught me on that one. Because so Hawaii is part of America.
Yeah, so she is an American goddess. Yeah. But we have others too. We have and this is from the Native American. We have White Buffalo Woman. We have the Great Spirit, Grandfather. You know? And so but they say that what is that, cultural, you're jumping into someone else's cultural appreciation or something like that, appropriations, like we're something trying to take over their culture. I don't want to be accused of that, and I would never accuse someone else of that, because I have a lot of Irish in me. I say, let's share. Teach me about you. Exactly. And let me teach you about us.
Exactly.
But I do believe that there is a great magic here all of its own, and I do highly believe how powerful it is, and it's American folk magic. I believe that.
I agree.
And that is what I practice. So did you get your some made up?
I did.
Okay.
Perfect
so
size.
Now I'm going to take this. Hold on. I'm going to take this.
Oh, okay.
You're right. I am pretty good at this.
You are.
Look how long I've been doing it. I used to... Remember the old Kroger bags?
Yes.
They were always paper. But I don't know. You might always have plastic. But when I was growing up, it wasn't plastic.
It was paper.
Mm-hmm. And so my mom would come back with the Kroger bags, and it would have the Kroger logo on the front. We would cut it apart, and we would use the sides. We wouldn't even use the back of it. We'd use that to draw on.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't use where the logo is. But on the sides, we would cut that out and use that for petition work, because we couldn't use the front or the back because of the
logo on it. Yep.
Yeah, my intention is not line up with Kroger's. Thank you. So I'm going to show you. I think you know what I'm doing here.
Oh, yes.
May I?
Of course. Yeah, because like Food Lion, when Food Lion was around, they had the bags.
Yep. Well, you can still get them at all these paper bags.
Yeah.
But again,
I think they charge you for those bags.
They do, but the thing about it is that you can only use the sides. You can't use the front and back because of their wording.
Yeah.
And here you go.
Thank you.
That's how I keep mine. And yeah, look at that. I got oil on it from the table. No, I know what it's from. It's from where I opened those up. I opened those ones up over there and I spilled a little bit of the oil, but it'll only be on this back side, so I'm okay with that.
There's a flower for you.
Thank you. So, that is it on the written petition. We thank you for joining us, and please like, subscribe, and notify. Share if you will, and leave a comment. And join us here next Wednesday when Liz returns and we move forward with pendulums.
Pendulums.
So until then, stay magical, my friends, and blessed be.